never seen Blair Witch before.
Really?
It's a good one.
Not seen it.
Yeah, you were telling me all the things you have never listened to. He was like, yesterday we're outside smoking a cigarette, and he goes, yeah, I've been thinking about this NSYNC album I wasn't allowed to listen to growing up as a kid. And I go, well, have you listened to it now? And he goes, no. So you're just thinking about something you have access to and could listen to for free.
I don't want to
right
sin.
now.
I got the No Strings Attached CD when I was little, but my mom listened to it beforehand and was like, song number 4, inappropriate, don't listen to it. So I'd never listened to it. Sam put it on. It has what did it say? Booty shaking or something like that?
Yeah, one of the lines was booty shaking.
Booty shaking. My mom was like, none of that. And I just frankly never crossed her. I said, I've been respecting my mom until yesterday. I said, fuck you,
It took you
Mom.
31 years.
Yeah, about damn time.
Booty shaking was just too far. That crossed the line.
For a young man, he doesn't need to hear something like that.
Yeah, 28, 27, way too young.
Yeah,
How
I
did
was
she-
a little boy sexually.
How does she feel about Elvis? Were you too young to see Elvis?
Well, that's
shaking
different.
the hips.
Look,
That's different.
No,
okay?
you're understand is he married his child bride. That's a little different, okay? Okay?
Yeah. It is different. It's different. It's different. If you date a child bride, you're a pervert. If you marry her, wow.
You're Woody Allen.
Yeah.
If I hit it 3 times, I'm a wife.
Did you guys watch that Woody Allen documentary?
No, To Catch a Predator? Is
Yeah,
is that the one we're talking
it's
about?
To Catch a Predator, Woody Allen.
That's like Morning Zoo Radio I just did just now.
I watched it with my wife, and the entire time I was like, I just don't know the full story. The whole time, I was like, I just don't know the full story. Very funny thing to say about a man that married his stepdaughter.
I mean, that's the one where like his biological children are like, hey, this is fucked up.
Yeah, his biological children and his like ex-wife are like, he's been a creep pervert weirdo forever. He's always been a creep pervert weirdo. I kept being like, there's 2 sides to every story. Man. I want to hear what he has to say.
Man, I'd never seen a Woody Allen movie before, and then I watched 2 of them maybe a couple weeks ago. One of them was called Manhattan. And the whole premise is like this dude in his early 40s is just like, man, I'm having a midlife crisis. So he falls in love with his 16-year-old.
Oh, classic.
And it's like black and white and stylized. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, and art will make you think that you could just get away with it. Everyone tries it. Everyone fucking, even Louis tried it. It didn't work.
And I just remember like, yeah, people. Like, it was recommended to me by a woman in her 20s. So she's like, yeah, like I grew up watching Woody Allen movies all the time. Like this is one of the best ones. And I watched it. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? This is the shit you watch with your parents?
Yo, Sam's been hitting up those Jewish girls, dude. Sam's been getting into it with the Japs.
He said 2 in a row. He said, I watched 2 of these movies in a row.
I did. And the other one I watched was called Hannah and Her Sisters.
Yeah,
and
that's a good one.
You've seen it? Yeah, I watched it because it was in the Oscar winners section of HBO.
Yeah, I'm just imagining Sam just like, slapping a mezuzah every time he walks into the house.
Licking his hand.
Yeah, like it's in the Notre Dame locker room.
Baruch Hashem.
Notre Dame locker room. Today, be a champion.
Today, eat some Jewish pussy.
And in that one, Woody Allen, okay, so it's like his real wife, Mia Farrow, right? That's who he married in real life. That woman is his character is married to this woman who is addicted to adopting children. That's like something in the movie. And it's like, but that's real life. Yeah. That's actually a complex that she has. And in the movie, they have like an adopted Asian daughter. And it's just, I'm looking at this actress being like, you don't even know.
Yeah, can I tell you something? She knew.
Yeah, yeah. I like how people were like, we just came out of the woodworks. We had no clue he was like this. And it's like, watching this movie is all about being a weird fucking pervert.
I felt like Bernie Mac. I was like, you don't understand.
I wasn't allowed to watch Woody Allen stuff growing up because my parents were like, that guy's a pervert.
Wow.
That guy's a pervert. That perverted guy, no way.
Bam.
My mom and dad just thought it was gay. They're like, what?
The same thing with my parents.
Some like weird intellectual New York Jew. Like, you want to watch this? Okay.
In New Jersey, you guys call it gay. Country people, they just call that perverted.
Okay.
In New York, they go, that's gay. In the South, they go, oh, he's just a pervert. You know?
Yeah.
He's just a pervert.
There are good Woody Allen movies. Like, he did one, I think it was actually a TV show that I liked, and it had Miley Cyrus in it, and like,
you guys is
hardly
gay.
any touching.
All the hot teens you can imagine.
Yeah.
Huh.
All the hot teens. In fact, Jimmy, who are all the hot teens you're imagining right now?
Current teens or just famous teens?
Or ones that got in the bank?
Dude, I'll tell you, one of those fucking hot teens just got a DUI. Did you see JT?
Oh, yeah.
Hot former teen.
Did you see that?
Oh, what are you talking about?
Dude, Justin
Oh,
Timberlake,
Justin Timberlake. Yeah,
got a
okay.
DUI, and the funniest part of it is the cop had no idea who he was.
Yes, of course.
And apparently, the Justin Timberlake said, "This is gonna ruin the tour," and the cop said, "What tour?" And Justin said, "The world tour."
I just love the idea. This guy's just like, yeah, I'm so fucking straight. I don't even know who the fuck this guy is.
Justin, what?
That's a Gen Z cop who's just so fucking trad. He's like a 21-year-old cop who's so trad. He's got 5 zins in his body. He's just like, man, this shit's busting right now. I fucking arrested a dude my first week on the job. He's talking about a world tour or something. Actually, where was it? Was it in New Jersey?
Every cop is New Jersey.
Yeah, this cop is just like, we were ramming this dildo up this guy's ass the other day.
Turns out he used to be part of NSYNC.
We used Old Big Blue. That's
Was
a
he-
callback
was-
to an old episode.
Was he in Sync or Backstreet Boys?
NSYNC.
In sync, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No strings attached.
Dude, I just listened to the Britney Spears audiobook.
Yeah, it's good, right?
Did she read it?
No.
Thank God, no.
They hire a
Yeah.
sound alike. You've listened to it, right?
Yeah.
So the opening is just you hear the most raspy woman. Hi, this is Brittany, and I'm gonna hand this off to I love you all. And she's like the word, like it was like you listen to her intro, and it's like what? They only took this in one take. Because she's like all over the place. She's like, I just want to thank all my fans, and we're gonna hand this book off to. But I'd also like to thank my sister, and it just like goes everywhere. And then there's a voice actor who's like, "Hi, I'll be reading for Brittany from now on.
I'll take it from here."
So she's no longer allowed on the microphone.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean,
Is it a tell-all?
yeah. I
yeah.
mean, yeah, she tells a lot. But you like,
How far did you finish it?
I didn't finish it yet. I'm like maybe 50% of the way there.
Yeah. I mean, she aborted JT's baby.
Yeah, that was a horrible
Really?
scene because while she couldn't go to like the doctor and have an abortion, they had an at-home abortion, and she was like writhing in pain on the ground, and he's just strumming her, and he's like, "Cry me a river," you know, like.
The DoorDash guy is like, "This is the worst DoorDash I've ever had to do."
She's fucking writhing on the floor. He's like, "It's gonna ruin the tour."
He's like, baby, bye. To the fucking, as it's sliding out, the guy's just like, yeah, I guess I went with the Kubota drill for this one.
Yeah, but he just comes off as such a piece of shit in that book that it's like kind of ruined him for me.
Really?
Yeah, I know how precious he was to you.
Yeah, I was like, beforehand,
Yeah.
was he a real knight in shining armor
I
for
know
you,
how
Jimmy?
idealized you.
No, it's like now I just
We're
love.
mean to Jimmy today. What's going on?
Dude, we're being catty.
I just love talking shit about people, and I always gave him grace. I also,
But he finally crossed the line. Before now, I always said, leave Justin Timberlake alone. That was me. Everyone knew that. But now, if you ask me about Justin Timberlake, I'll tell you he's a dog.
Damn, dude, the Real Housewives of Newark. I always gave him grace.
Let's give him grace. You Christian mother.
I never held punches for no one. I never held punches for no one except my JT. And for him to get a Dewey out there in Sag Harbor, no good. No good. He's a role model.
yeah.
When we were at Disneyland when I was a kid, my mom saw a shirt that the woman was wearing that said, "I heart JT." And she went up to her and said, "I have a JT too," because we had no idea what she was talking about. And then years later, one of her friends saw one of those shirts and bought it for her. And we, again, had no idea until someone told her, "Oh, it means Justin Timberlake." And she would tell people, "Oh, no, my son's name is JT. That's why I have the shirt. My son's name is JT."
No, in a border, Justin Timberlake.
Dude, I would hate to tell my mom that Justin Timberlake took part in an abortion. She would say the same exact thing that you said. Justin Timberlake not respecting the sanctity of life is finally the line I crossed.
It's, oh my God. Oh my God. He got a DUI. Mom, it actually gets worse. Because, sorry.
Say sorry.
No, I was going to say something, and then I realized it's not that funny.
I also think that Britney did write the book. People say that she didn't, but like she slides past things in a way where I'm like, this has got to be from her and only her.
Oh.
Everyone else would want to like delve into it.
Absolutely.
Like the time that she was 15 or 14 and she fucked a 25-year-old man and she's like, he was hot anyway, and then
Absolutely. There's a lot of that where she's like,
Yeah, like, hey, let's go back to the part where you got molested, Brittany. Like, what happened there?
oh my God, Jimmy.
Jimmy's flipping through the pages. I want more details on the molestation.
Yeah, no, she did it like she honestly told it like a locker room story. Like, I went to my friend's house. His older brother was so fucking hot. I slipped into his room. It was the craziest day of my 14th year. You know, whatever.
And
She
then
didn't say 14th year, but you know what I mean.
14th year. My
of the year our Lord, my 14th year, my debuting year,
Yeah.
and then and so I remember that was a period of time where I was really into like celebrity memoirs, so I listened to hers, and then right after that I listened to Anthony Kiedis's of the Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Another guy that got molested.
and so he does the opposite of Britney. He leans into it like it's a badge of honor, and he fixates on that. And then when there's really cool stuff to talk about, he's like, yeah, that's whatever. So he'll be like, yeah, so when I was 13, I spent the night asleep over at my bassist Flea's house, and his sister was 21, and I fucked her in the bed next to him. And it was pretty fucking cool. At one point, I had my finger in her asshole. He spends like 7 pages explaining it. And then there'll be a section where he's like, yeah, and so then I just kind of like spat out this little poem, and it ended up being Under the Bridge. So the next, what the cool part is, I'm like, whoa, go back to that. That song like changed music. Yeah. And he's like, oh, and yeah, the next paragraph will be like, and so here's the thing, what I started to do with her tits were, and I'm like, no, like you're glorifying.
Yeah, but to be fair, I mean, that guy fucked his father's girlfriend on his birthday, right?
That is correct. He also
To lose his virginity.
To lose his virginity, his dad came home drunk and was like, happy birthday, it's your quinceañera. I'm 52, here's my 20-year-old girlfriend and my 15-year-old son. You're gonna fuck him in the room that we share.
Wow, that happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Man, that's heartbreaking. Oh, is that cool?
I mean,
It's
Would
so
you wanna-
sad.
Oh, is that
It's
cool?
so- no.
Oh, I thought it was heartbreaking.
It's so sad.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking.
oh
No,
my
Jimmy, I was waiting for you to break and say how you feel, because behind that camera he's grinning like, hey, I wouldn't mind.
Listen.
Don't justify that. That's sad.
It could
Hear
be.
him out.
It could have been like way worse. It could have been his
She could have been
52-year-old
ugly.
father
Yeah.
fucking his 52-year-old girlfriend, right? You like that it's a 21?
Real optimistic spin.
Yeah.
So
I love
true.
the way you view the world.
It's so. What's fortunate is that she was 20 and hooked on his father's drugs.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of unfortunate stuff about it. But sounds cool. Hey, guy, actually, I think it's cool if you guys do. If you guys think it's cool, I
Do
think
you
it's
think
cool
it's
as well.
so sad, JT?
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
He looks so sad.
It's a sad story. Man, did I tell you guys? I was telling you guys about going on tour with bands.
Hold on. We'll start the show, guys. Welcome to the Bad News Podcast, everybody.
Welcome to the Bad News Podcast.
We're going to start with the molestation hour. My name is Sam Castillo.
JT
Next
Kelley.
to me, and, of course,
What's up, Jimmy?
the enabler, What's up, Jimmy? All right, sorry.
Because I was telling you guys about downloading Grindr for a bit, went on a band.
Yeah.
But I used to do this thing where my friends' bands would go on tour, and then I would book dates in the same city so I could go on tour with a band and just do comedy.
Yeah.
Sometimes it would work out, sometimes it wouldn't, but it was fun. And I was on tour with this band, and we did this weird thing where after a show in Chicago, we drove halfway to the next destination and stayed in some random college town that night, so we'd have a shorter drive the next day. But we get to this college town, and it's like 9:45, and we were all drinking a lot at the time. We get to the hotel, and me and the guitarist, my buddy Zach, we were like, hey, we want to go to a bar so bad. And so we go to the only bar in town, and right as we get there, they're closing the doors, and they're not letting us in. And so this guy right outside, he's like, hey, I'm an Uber driver. I can take you guys to an open bar. And we're like, oh, where is it? He's like, it is a 10-minute drive up the road, 15-minute drive. And we're like, okay. And so he's like, cool. It's a strip club, and you'll get in for free because I dropped you off there. We have like a deal there. And I was like, perfect.
Fuck yeah.
So we start to get in the car, and we get on the highway, and we just go 70 for 15 minutes down cornfields, headed fucking nowhere. And on the way there, my friend Zach's like, hey, I don't want to get any dances or anything. I just want to drink. And I was like, yeah, that's why we're going. Like, we're in the middle of tour. We don't have any money to get any dances. Like,
you're living lean on tour.
not even an option. We're just going there for drinks. And he goes, I should tell him I'm gay. And I was like, you can.
Is that necessary?
I was like, but you don't need to tell him you're gay. You can just not buy a dance. And he was like, yeah, okay, yeah. But I thought just like out of respect. And I was like, no, just say, you can tell him, hey, I'm a rock and roll guy on tour. I can't afford to buy pussy. I'm just here for a drink. He's like, okay. So we go in there, and it is...
Is that even necessary? Is it necessary to be like, I'm gay and a rock star? Can't you just be like, just a beer?
Just getting a beer, right?
Do they need any backstory? We're a bar.
Yeah, we don't...
I'll have a beer. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
yeah. Can you imagine? He's like, I'll take a Miller Lite, and then he puts the mug and he goes, what? Where are you from?
Yeah, it was like we're going to a job interview. But we go 15 minutes down the freeway. It feels like fucking forever in the middle of nowhere. It was like Iowa or Illinois or something. And then we pull off to a cornfield. I swear to fucking God, we drive through cornfields where like all the wheat or whatever is so fucking high. That's like where the roads are. And then we get to this massive parking lot in the middle of a cornfield. And there's 2 trucks and then like a warehouse looking strip club. And we're like, sick. So we go in, and the first thing we get there, like, hey, it's going to be $40 to get in. And we're like, oh no, we took an Uber here, he said. And the guy's like, nah, we don't know that guy. And so like I was like, okay, we'll just get an Uber to leave then. And they're like, okay, never mind, get in for free. Like, whoa, why? We remember now. Yeah, get in here. We're like, all right. So we sit down, we start having a couple drinks. One of the strippers walks up to us, and I go like, she was like, hey, you guys, want to dance or anything? And I was like, oh no, we're on tour, we don't have any money. We just came for a drink. And then Zach goes, yeah, and I'm gay. And I was like, okay, man, okay. And so we get a couple of drinks, whatever. They're really expensive. We go outside for a cigarette, and we get paid cash, and we wanted to leave, so we start to get an Uber back.
I don't want to interrupt. Is there any way that Zach was just gay and he was trying to figure out a way to come out to you guys and you wouldn't believe him?
It's so funny because I was on this tour. And it's every stop, because I don't know if you remember that tour.
Every single stop.
We did Urbana-Champaign, we did Chicago, Omaha, Des Moines, Dubuque. Every stop of the way, he kept coming out to individually to members of the bands, but we were all so fucked up and so self-involved that his crying out for love and acceptance fell on deaf ears.
Yeah, he was telling the cashiers at the gas station.
At one point, me and JT were huffing mescaline, and he's like, "You guys, you understand? Like, my family won't accept me anymore, but I wanted to let you know I'm openly gay and proud." And we're like, "What?" Like, sorry, what? We're not at all.
You're
I'm
not
so
gay.
strung
You're
out.
cheap. There's a difference.
And I'm like, "Do you want to understand? These Reds, these speedballs, they don't even make them no more. But they're in more of the Midwest. That's wild." Sorry.
Okay, you can continue.
Oh, so we call an Uber back, and it takes a really long time. But he was like, should we go in and close out? And I was like, we paid cash. Like, we don't need to go in and close out.
But I need to tell someone else I'm gay.
Yeah, he walks back in to tell them he's gay again. Why? I don't know. And we get in the Uber, and I start talking about the Uber. He goes, shh. And I go, no, this Uber guy isn't gonna fucking get clown on us for you pretending to be gay. And the Uber guy's like, wait, what the fuck are you guys talking about? So I tell the Uber guy the story, and we're like, so what's it like in this little town? And he goes, I make over 6 figures selling weed and driving Domino's here. I go to Europe every single winter. And we're like, what the fuck? Then he smokes us out the entire back way to the hotel in his Uber car, and we're like, right on. So we get to the hotel, and he goes, I swear to God, the second we get in the hotel, he goes, yeah, JT and I didn't want to spend any money. I was gonna pretend to be gay, but I realized that'd be a bad thing to do, so I didn't. And I'm like, yes, you did! You absolutely pretended to be gay for no reason! And I clowned on him all night and really hurt his feelings. But
he's like, hey, it didn't stop there. I mean, they made me tape my cock into my asshole. they held me down, put my feet over my head, and taped me down with Scotch tape. They said you want to... Sorry.
I'll have a Budweiser. I'm gay, by the way.
Can I have whatever your gayest beer is? Thank you.
Look at this video. Where'd you get a video?
Yeah.
Do you like gay porn, or as I call it, porn?
Yeah.
Yeah, here's me blowing a guy for a gallon of gasoline.
It's an AI. There's an app for that now. It's called Blow Me. Just upload your high school yearbook photo and it'll generate it.
They're making laws about that finally.
Yeah.
The deep fake stuff?
Yeah, and I don't know. I hate to sound like such a dude defender where it's like, we definitely shouldn't be making porn of people, and that's like horrible. We need to find a way to stop that. But I feel like every law designed around controlling AI or creative use or people's likeness is always going to benefit businesses and rich individuals. It's crazy.
Do you know what is funny? Is we shouldn't use AI to like make nude photos or sex of regular people. But in response to that getting banned, saying you can't stop me from drawing it, and then just having thousands of people draw like different versions of I think that's funny.
Come and take it, but it's me fucking Homer Simpson instead of a cannon.
Well, I'm thinking of like who's right now the poster child for like, hey, stop putting me in these porn deepfakes. Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, and
So
then the article I have in the doc, guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even open the doc.
It's Jacob Elordi. Do you guys know him?
Yeah, he is fucking hot.
It's
dude.
a Sam
I'll be
Castillo
honest,
ass
he's hot.
looking.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Pull a photo up
I
of this
look
guy
nothing
next to
like
Sam
this.
in the ep.
Okay, I thought your friend was the one who's closeted gay.
Wait,
It turns out it's
how
you.
is you looking like him gay? Do you think he's hot?
No. You telling me that I look like this guy means you're kind of into me. Is what it
Really?
said.
Yeah.
I look nothing like this.
You don't
guy.
think you look like this
This guy is hot? I'm mid, dude.
You guys look exactly alike to me. Am I in love with you? I don't think either of you guys are hot. You guys just look exactly the same.
We got 2 tables because you kept putting your hand on my mouth.
Well, stop getting that lap so close to me.
Jacob Elordi is fucking hot though, dude. Have you seen Saltburn?
If you think Jacob Elordi is hot, I got a friend named Sam.
Yeah, but I will.
You would love.
I will say Sam does look like Jacob Elordi in the face.
Stop
The one
it.
thing is Jacob Elordi's 6'6".
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
He's fucking huge.
Oh, that's what this is about. You don't like being compared to him because he's a foot taller than you.
Also, I just look
He's
nothing
over
like the
a
guy.
foot taller than you if he's
We can-
6'6".
you
Yeah,
guys
he's
just-
big as fuck. dude.
He's 16 inches taller than Sam. That's why he's mad. He's 16 inches taller
That's
than
a
Sam.
4'8" man. I hate
My ID says 6 foot. They let you write it yourself in Texas. And I was like, oh, write it myself? I'm 6 foot
Wait,
and
they
I'm
let-
200 pounds.
They let you write it everywhere, JT.
No, in California, they make you stand next to a thing and they mark it for you.
See, another reason that state is fucking terrible.
Fashifornia. That's what I call it.
Yeah, some 5'11" guy's like, I'm already paying half my fucking salary in Texas. Now I can actually have my honest height on here.
I'm wearing Heelys in there just to get that extra boost.
I'm doing a joke about that right now. I say, you guys remember your fake ID? And then I'll turn to some dude in the front row. I'm like, hey, this fucking guy still uses a fake ID to prove he's over 6 feet tall to women.
Hell yeah, dude.
People always hate it, but I do it just for me.
Just a petty stray on a guy who bought a ticket to a front row. He said, you know what? I could sit in 3 rows back, but they're not going to be mean to me. I see these crowd work clips and I go, that's not most comedians.
Not most
the first guy
comedians.
goes up there and he goes, yeah. He goes, yeah, so this guy's fucking short.
So you're short and gay, right? Everyone just standing ovation. His wife just flashes you her tits while you say that.
Jimmy goes up there and he also goes, and you know who's a fucking whore? Britney Spears. You know she aborted Justin Timberlake's baby?
Beautiful baby boy. That beautiful baby boy, Justin Timberlake's beautiful baby boy.
You will give him grace.
Giving him grace. I have stood shoulder to shoulder with Mr. Timberlake.
Why is he Elmer Fudd now?
Oh, I was trying to be like a
lisp.
New Jersey mom.
No, that was a lisp.
It was a lisp.
Yeah.
Grace?
Grace. I don't know. This is
We
how
will give him grace.
If I'm a woman from New Jersey, this is how I talk. I will give him grace. Is that a New Jersey woman?
Elmer
I
Fudd.
like Justin Timberlake.
Is it Wabbit season, JT?
It's rabbit season. Isn't Elmer Fudd from New Jersey? Isn't that the joke?
No.
Oh, what's the joke there then?
That he's
He's
mentally
just retarded.
challenged.
He's just a retarded guy.
Absolutely.
Elmer Fudd's just a retarded guy getting beat up by a bunny, and we like that.
Bugs Bunny's from the Bronx. Elmer he is.
Bugs Bunny is from the Bronx.
Bugs Bunny is a guy from the a bunny from the Bronx that beats up a
Absolutely, he's an
retarded
Italian
guy.
cab driver who will not pick up people north of 145th Street. He will not go there, and people will say, "I'll have your medallion number. I'll call the city." And Bugs goes, "Bite my fucking dick off, then, huh? How about that, Doc?" And then Elmer Fudd is developmentally challenged, yeah, and then Pepe Le Pew is
He's just a pervert, right?
bit of a Woody Allen type.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is Taylor Swift could either have the AI versions of her doing porn stuff or all my drawings.
Or my drawings.
Or your drawings.
Women hate when I draw them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's such a funny threat.
No, I love the idea. I love the idea of JT's on a plane, right? And there's a woman next to him, and he slowly pulls out a drawing pad, and he just starts drawing her without consent. And at one point she just goes, "Will you just take a picture of me like you're pretending to take a selfie? Will you just take a photo and just keep it moving?"
He's trying to get me to stop drawing her.
Sir,
This is my First Amendment right. I'm drawing her with a dick and big tits.
What's worse, if it's a really accurate photo or if it's not?
Really accurate, but then big, massive anime tits. God gave me this right, and the Constitution protects it.
yeah, you give you give her the correct lazy eye, and then just massive hentai tits, just tentacles grabbing at her. But like, that'd be so
And then
funny.
he draws JT behind her. Just
I feel like as a show of force, we get like 200 weird-looking dudes in one room, and then we make a video where we're wearing suits, walking through tables, look at them draw, and we go, "Miss Swift, your move." And all of their tables, like old ISIS propaganda where drones come in and fly, and all of their tables are like covered in Taylor Swift getting railed by Homer Simpson. Second time I mentioned Homer Simpson railing someone, I'm horny, dude.
Dude, you are horny for Homer.
Yeah, I just like
Oh.
loyal people. Love loyalty.
that's what he says when he comes.
Yeah. But I think about that. That is a George Soros psyop. He's just reaching out to unwell men at home and saying, "How would you like an art scholarship? How would you?" Yeah. We pass a law where you're not allowed to deep fake porn anymore, and then just admissions applications to Rhode Island School of Design just skyrocket, just quadruple. Wow, we're seeing a crazy amount of applicants to the Fine Arts Department.
We're pitching Soros this idea. An army of them, Soros.
I want to teach a new class.
I think about so that was this week. My lookalike. Yeah, people were reaching out to me. They said, "Oh my God, Sam, we saw you in a deep fake porn."
We saw you getting railed by Homer Simpson.
Yeah. This gay OnlyFans, and they call them creators. I like that. The OnlyFans posters.
There's only one creator, and his name, Hashim.
It's a big week for OnlyFans too. George Santos started an OnlyFans.
Does he show hole or
The
dick or cock?
congressman?
Yeah, former congressman created an OnlyFans, but he's not, which is annoying because he should. I don't like. First of all, he's like, "Oh, guys, get your mind out of the gutter. I'm just gonna be posting political content," and it's like, yeah,
don't give a shit about your
and stand-up
political content.
comics, I fucking hate stand-up comedians are putting their content on OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's because of
Only
a
hole.
check.
Only thing that should be on OnlyFans is Jacob Elordi deep fakes. That should be there shouldn't be George Santos. There shouldn't be comedians. It should be teen heartthrob actors unwillingly superimposed on gay pornography.
That's literally what OnlyFans was designed for.
That
is why Mossad gave it to us in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the thing is, so this guy downloaded all this gay porn stars.
Nothing
content.
illegal about downloading gay porn.
Yeah, you're not in Iowa anymore, buddy. You're safe. And just so y'all know, I'm gay.
Gotta go back in and tell him I'm gay again. No, you don't.
Take that corn cob out your asshole.
We're sharing a bed tonight in a hotel room. You're already gay enough.
I'll have a Bud Light. We get it. We get it.
Oh, okay. So then, and here's the thing. There's multiple angles of the story that like this is an NBC News article that like I don't think they devote enough time to. The title is Euphoria star Jacob Elordi targeted in sexually explicit deep fake content on X. So like a guy on X just posted a video of a guy getting fucked in the ass with Jacob Elordi's face put on it, and he stole content from an OnlyFans creator. But the OnlyFans creator was like, "Hey, that's my body and Jacob Elordi's face. I was 17 when this video was made. That's my 17-year-old body on there." And I don't think anyone spent enough time. The story is like how poor Jacob Elordi, but the story should be like, Why was this 17-year-old's videos? How was that taken? That's child pornography.
That's 100% child pornography.
So now we're just posting that on X?
I like how Jacob Elordi is the star of. He's the victim of the story too. That's insane.
No one's paying attention to the
That is
minor involved.
Insane. We have a minor involved in pornography, and it's like, oh, but the superstar's face.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, it's you think about that. So there's like all these. This whole week, everyone's been involved in deep fakes. There was the Biden deep fake at the World 8 Summit where he's like looking off into the distance. And then there's like other angles of the cameras, like actually who's just like looking at a parachutist, a guy who flew down.
You don't need to deep fake Biden being confused.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
got enough tape to roll.
That's exactly what I was like. I was like, guys, we don't have to be creating.
Here's my conspiracy theory. No basis in this at all.
Go
just
ahead.
100% a fucking
Let her
vibe.
rip.
They are releasing that so people can say,
100%.
"Oh, that was just a deep fake. Oh, he's not confused all the time. You're reading fake news, buddy." While he's getting up there being like the president of Mexico, Mr. Raul Sanchez, or maybe I don't know, that was Egypt. You know what I mean?
That the 4D chess game is for the White House to release deepfakes of Biden so they can say every video of him falling upstairs somehow is a deep fake as well. Turns out he's mentally competent. The next step is they're going to be superimposing Biden's body onto a 17-year-old having gay sex on the camera.
You know who I
Hey, that'll win him in November, dude.
You know the only politician that I think is genuine and pure of heart? You guys might hate me for this.
Jacob Elordi.
Fucking Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney.
I think Mitt Romney, I don't agree with who he is or nothing, but I think he's the only person that's like, no, this is what I believe. This is who I am. When they found his Twitter, when they found his fucking fake Twitter, his like, what's it called? Your Finsta? When
Yeah.
they found his Finsta. His burner and reported on it, it was all just him being 100% who he is. And it's like, damn, that's tight. It's not you just fucking DMing fucking 14-year-old boys.
What
Mitt
was
Romney,
it? What was it?
up.
Him just like being like, just like liking tourism ads from the ski resorts?
Dude, it was him very respectfully defending his ideas in Twitter arguments. It was him very respectfully talking about how he disliked Donald Trump's policies, but not Donald Trump as a person. It was 100% like a kind Mormon guy. What you would expect the kind Mormon guy to be. It was great.
Wow.
10 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great.
He also resigned from politics. I think it's because the feds tapped him. I think it's because they tried to fucking get his hands dirty. You know what I mean?
I think so. I mean, they're like, look, we've killed Irish people. We've killed all. We're gonna kill a Mormon next. Absolutely. And the Mormon mafia is real.
100%.
The Mormon mafia probably called him and was like, hey, we got a call from the feds. Your time's up.
Mormon Church has their own secret security service, has
That's
their
correct.
own 3-letter agency. Mormons are the #1 tapped recruits for 3-letter agencies because this is literally their holy land.
Yes.
They don't do drugs and they love their fucking country. They go out of country for 2 years and learn a different language. They're the most incredible cover on earth. And Mormons own Ancestry.com because they have the largest vaults of everyone's fucking records because they try to baptize everyone in history. So when the fucking Mormons are involved and have contracts with the NSA because they're making giant trees of our DNA, and I say there's a Mormon conspiracy to take over the USA, and I'm some sort of fucking racist against Mormons, I think Mitt Romney was trying to stop that. I'm QAnon for Mitt Romney trying to stop the Mormon takeover.
Dude, absolutely.
Mormons are also fucking hot, dude.
So hot.
They're good-looking people.
Beautiful, beautiful group of people.
There's a Mormon mafia. I bet you it's even more attractive than the Italian mafia.
I'd say almost every mafia is more more attractive than the
Have you
Italian.
seen the
women.
Armenians?
The women? Have you seen The Godfather? Some of those girls are cute.
Apollonia did have some puffy nipples, and I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Apollonia, fucking Prince's wife?
No, Apollonia was Michael Corleone's wife when he went
His
to Italy.
first wife who got killed.
Oh, that was a good movie.
You weren't allowed to see it.
I saw it in adulthood, but I watched like all 3 of them back to back, so they're kind of a blur.
Why would you watch the third one?
Quarantine.
No one told you to not watch the third one?
I thought it was good. You didn't like the 3rd one?
Horrible.
No, what? You guys don't like the 3rd Godfather?
No.
Didn't even see it.
That's like wait, really?
That's a New Jersey tale right there. You're like,
Yeah, I've never
no.
seen it.
You didn't even see? I'd never seen it before. 2020 locked us up. I watched all of the Lord of the Rings. I watched Parody Potters. I watched the Hunger Games. I watched the John Wicks. I got really fat. I watched the Godfathers. Gained 60 pounds in 3 months.
3 months.
Impressive.
More like 4 or 5 months, but yeah, 60 pounds.
Damn. Yeah,
So they're making baby porn. So they're making baby porn with Spider-Man faces, you're telling me.
But I mean, let's be honest. Is it really that much of a stretch to see Jacob Elordi's face on a 17-year-old porn star's body versus any episode of Euphoria.
They could have just
They're playing teenagers that fuck in the show, too.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And not even like, they're college dude. Like, these are like 14-year-old. They're supposed to be like 14. It's Jacob Elordi's 6'6", 220.
I grew up Christian, so I thought most kids didn't have sex in high school. My wife said most kids have sex in high school, and that blew me away.
No, I wouldn't say most. At my school, there were definitely kids that were fucking, but like I didn't fuck in high school. I didn't fuck until afterwards.
Hell yeah, me too, buddy. Keep it up. What do you think about? Okay, so I don't mean to sound like such a fucking patriot right now, but I kind of have mixed feelings on this shit. To where it's like, obviously, and I know this is what I said earlier. Like, obviously, we need protections on making, you know, some sort of AI porn, but I feel like any single law is going to be some crazy fucking step on free speech or some crazy fucking step on, you know, protecting corporate interest or some sort of fucking protecting corporate art. What do you think about this? Do you think it's more straightforward? Do you think we can just fucking protect people from AI porn without...
Isn't it the same thing as likeness? Or is it because they're not making any money off of it, it doesn't matter?
Can't I draw Kanye West's face and then sell that on a t-shirt, though?
Yeah.
Until he finds out, then he could sue you technically.
Sure. Okay.
If you draw the Mickey Mouse, then they can sue you for sure.
Yeah, if you make Mickey Mouse porn too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what I was always curious of? Like, you know, there's a lot of porn where it's like cartoon porn, like Peter Griffin fucking someone.
Rule 34, yeah.
It was like, did that guy go to design school? Did he go to graphic arts school for that?
Seth MacFarlane?
What?
What are you talking about?
No, like the people that make
porn.
Peter
sorry.
Griffin fucking Lois, or like, you know, Marge fucking Bart.
Have
like
you met people that makes horny? I have.
I haven't met people that makes horny, but I want to know who makes that. Who's the one that? Because it's a real fucking thing.
It's someone that makes horny. That's like a whole...
Really?
Oh, yeah. The people that make that are in that for the love of the game.
Oh, you don't think that there's a guy that just clocks in?
No
Because
way.
that's
Maybe
hilarious.
these days.
A guy that hoped for Disney, didn't quite get the internship, and now has to make ends meet, and it beats Uber.
I'll build on what you said, brother. I think the guys at Disney are also, even the guys that got the job, are also on the weekend being like, hey, by the way, I got this Homer Simpson fucking JT in the ass gif that I've been working on the off hours.
I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say that those dudes are like, shit, I spent enough time looking at fucking Ariel the mermaid that I'm gonna make a video of JT getting fucked in the ass by the crab.
I worked at Juiceland with this
Well,
guy.
it's funny that you mentioned that one because there's a lot of like dirty symbols in The Little Mermaid.
Yeah, the hidden boner, the penises,
Hidden
stuff like that.
boner,
Yeah.
yeah.
The Holocaust.
I worked at Juiceland with this dude. I swear to God. His background was like an anime titty thing, and I thought it was being silly. So we talked about it. Then he showed me on his phone cartoon porn. I can't remember who it was. It was like a Peter Griffin, Lois type thing having sex, and he was like, "I got tons of this." He was like, "I have tons of this," and it's cartoon porn. He loves it, makes him horny. I said, "You come to this?" He goes, "Yeah."
What a wild question to ask someone, JT.
I asked him if he comes to it. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I want to know if he comes to that.
What was the? It was at Juiceland.
Yeah,
So
we were
it's
working.
like, sir, I want a smooth. Shut the fuck up.
I'm in the middle of something right
Do
now.
you come to this?
We'll get your honey berry smoothie.
When I was working, sometimes I'd go back where the blenders were and smoke weed inside, and then go back to the registers. And sometimes people would try to be cool and be like, "Oh, it smells good in here," and I'd be like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." And I'd look them like red-eyed, reeking of weed, and I'd be like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." Just so self-righteous too. I hated that job.
Yeah. Sorry, I was watching a video of SpongeBob and a Sibian, so we'll get your acai bowl done in just a sec. I have no idea what you're talking about. Doesn't smell like dank in here. What a fucking outrageous person you are. I love that, dude.
Hey, wait, someone's showing you cartoon porn and you're not digging in, you're not asking the hard-hitting questions?
I mean, yeah, I will. There's gonna be follow-ups.
I asked him how long he watched it, and he's like, "It's like the only porn I watch."
That's crazy.
Yeah, he had never had a girlfriend. I asked him about the pillows, like, and he was like kind of offended. He was like, "This is not the same as like a waifu pillow." And I was like, "Okay, dude, yeah."
No, when you're into the weird shit, anything that's
Yo,
like.
so one time I was at the carnival and I won one of those big ass fucking teddy bear ass fucking like dinosaur dolls. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you hit a circle around a ring on a bottle cap, whatever.
Stuffed animals.
Oh man, I was like 10 or 11 years old, just starting to get horny, and I fucking started humming humping it when I brought it home, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna.
Your parents are like, JT, wait till we get out of the car.
Dude, I brought it up to my stairs, and I knew what I was gonna do to it on the ride home.
The whole time you're just like, after the party is the hotel lobby.
I'm making eyes with this thing, being like, dude, it is on like Donkey Kong, dude. And so I get and I start humping it, and then I realize, you know what I should do in my room when I'm finally alone. You know what I should do is I should cut a hole where I imagine the pussy is, which is like the belly button area. So I cut a hole to start fucking this thing, except it's filled with all these beads, and the second I make the incision, just beads go everywhere, and it's right where the vagina is. So I'm like, yo, my parents are gonna come in and they're gonna put this together pretty quickly. It doesn't take a Sherlock Holmes level to investigation. Like, yo, our weird ass little kid fucked this dinosaur ass doll.
JT, what's going on here?
So
What's all this?
I shook all the beads out, and I pretended like I had torn the bottom out to put it on as a joke, and that's how I saved face with my family. But ever since, I've hated furries. I thought they were disgusting and perverts.
How big do we think his collection of furry costumes are? And ever since then, I've been disgusted and never looked into it once.
No, I don't want to have sex dressed as a doll or a dinosaur, and I don't want to have sex with a dinosaur and get caught while doing it.
And note that I didn't have checked bags on my flight during my honeymoon. This one's the dragon bag. This is one where we're dressed up as Subarus, fucking each other. That's the funny thing about furries. Is some of them aren't animals. Some of them are like objects.
Some of them are like animals they made up, and I'm like, okay, what, are you playing God now? You can't just make up a new animal.
Yeah, it's a liger.
Yeah.
And I dress up, and it's not even something sexy. They're like, and I dress up as a Prius C. I'm like, what the fuck?
I like the furries that pretend like it's not sexual. Like, sure, man. Okay.
What? There are some that pretend it's not sexual?
Yeah. There's actually a really good video online about the furry meetup in the Midwest where they were like shitting in diapers and trashing rooms and like leaving cum-filled bags everywhere, that the furries got banned from that hotel because they kept having like fucking raw dog ass orgies in their little hotel rooms. Furries are freaks, man. I fuck with it.
No, I mean, good for them. It's just why the song and dance that it's not sexual.
Yeah, no, that's the worst part.
That's
just
the closeted furry. I mean, what are we doing here? Mm-hmm. Just let it rip.
Just let it rip, man.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, this is, I don't know. I think about like that. It is all deep fakes. That's everything right now. You know, that's like.
I like some of the deep fakes. Have you heard that Drake deep fake with The Weeknd?
Yeah.
It's a fucking bop.
Yeah, some of it's nice. I think about what technology is doing every single week is so fascinating. Like the one that got me today was just like this article. It's in the doc if you want to pull it up. It's about how this guy's neighbor was like knocked on his door, and she's like choking, like she was choking to death. And so then he doesn't know how to do CPR. So on his phone, he YouTubes how to do CPR, and every video has ads.
That's funny.
And so she dies.
Okay, sorry, I said that's funny right before she died.
No, we got to keep that in. Yeah. He like doesn't. He's not able to save her in time because YouTube every video. So he clicked a video. First one CPR. It's like, welcome to Verbo. It's like, fuck. And then he clicks the next video, and it's just like trying to get away. Trivago.
Yeah, but he should have known. Once you click one video, you're gonna get an ad on everyone.
And the woman's dying on the ground. He's like, you don't understand? I don't have YouTube Red.
Yeah.
Subscribe now for free. 30 days for free.
Hold on.
Siri, remind me to cancel YouTube Red in 29 days.
Hold on. I'm having to use my SBC Yahoo Global. That's my burner YouTube. My burner email. Fuck, dude. Yeah, that's one where it's like, the two articles I had pulled up was that one, that's where someone dies, and then this next one about like a hospital was cyber attacked, and it was like, the hospitals are so big now that like I guess not everybody knows the dosages for everything. So like if a doctor's running around, the nurses are like, oh, how much fentanyl should I give this person? Because people do give, you get morphine. How much morphine should I get? And someone like hacked the hospital so like all the dosages were wrong. So people were ODing and dying in the hospital because they were given like crazy amounts of like pain medication and like other drugs.
I can't believe North Korea or China did that to us.
Yeah, sure.
I can't believe it was definitely North Korea or China that did that. What hospital was this?
Here, I don't have an internet right now, so I can't pull it up. So could I get on your hotspot?
Is it in the U.S. or the U.K.?
It was in the U.S.
Oh, that sucks. I was kind of hoping it was the UK. Dude, we
Why?
have the worst fucking cybersecurity on our infrastructure. Remember how we have fucking all those hotels in Las Vegas taken by hacker groups? And then we had that fucking oil pipeline taken by hacker groups. We've also had our power grid fucking compromised by hacker groups. We had hacker groups say that there was a 0-day exploit on multiple power grids in the U.S. That's insane, dude. That's insane.
Yeah.
We gonna lose the war?
No.
Probably not.
We're crazy, dude.
Probably not, man.
You don't fight crazy, and I think that's the one thing that the U.S. does have is we're all fucking nuts.
When my wife was squared in nuclear war, I showed her this video that talks about this concept called the lightning rods of God, which is like, it's kind of a conspiracy theory, but it's been recognized a couple times in like supporting documents that like, kind of like, you know how we have those semi trucks that have weapons on them to transport nukes, and we don't know a lot about them, but the stuff that we do know is from like leaks. It's the same with the lightning rods of God. There's this weapon that was theorized in the 70s or 80s initially, and supposedly we had them. I personally think we do.
Yeah.
Where they are these satellites in the sky that are filled with these rods that are like lightning poles made of steel, and we can just drop them from space. And they create a blast that is more significant than pretty much anything we can do on Earth. And they drop fucking 3 minutes right to the ground. Isn't that crazy?
You say it's worse than nukes?
I don't know if it's worse than nukes, but I mean, there's things that are like, as far as like in 2022, there was a boat from Iran that was like, we want to leave the Gulf of Aden or whatever, and they were like, by the way, we're on our way. And then one of the admirals of some ass fleet made an actual phone call, and the fucking carrier ship or whatever it was turned around. And people like me, people who are conspiracy theorists online, were like, oh, we think we threatened him with the lightning rods of God. And really what the threat was, well, we'll do something. We will, fucking enact. But people like me think it was lightning rods of God because that's like cartoonish. It's fucking cartoonish. But I showed that to my wife, and she was like, oh, we're the #1 country in the world. God bless the USA. She's fucking just crying over Toby Keith, just saluting the flag.
Man, your wife is American as hell.
She loves America. She loves America. Small town Texas. Yeah.
Mine's an immigrant, and she is slowly becoming a total Texan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, today I showed her a video. Some dude electrified his Trump flag in his lawn. So whenever liberals run over and try to steal it, it just zaps the shit out of them.
That's hilarious.
And she laughed about it for like 10 minutes today.
Damn, dude.
Jimmy and I just linking up with trad wives on accident.
Yeah, dude.
I don't think it was an accident.
And you know what's weird?
We're living.
This is the weirdest part. We have 2 total trad wives, and I imagine we both spent our entire youth with the indie alt girls.
100%. I'm not trying to sound any type of way right now, but when I like am next to my woman naked and I look at like all the dumb tattoos I have all over my body, and I look at her, I'm like, you had such a different life. Like, I think of like all the shitty bars I've worked at and all like the dumb fucking door guy stuff I did, or working at venues when it's like, yeah, I'm not hanging out with fucking tattooed artsy girls anymore. You know? Not hanging out with tattooed artsy girls anymore. My wife, she likes Massimo from Target.
I don't know what that is.
I can't wait for 10 years from now. You guys are going to be watching OAN with your wives. And I'll be like, sure, Woody Allen's innovative. Yeah, it's crazy.
Dude, Jimmy and I are fucking anchorheads on OAN, just talking about like the fucking Muslimification of America.
And I'm just listening to my wife prattle on about how the Jewishification of America is really fucking cool. Oh man, the Christianification of America is real though. Like the governor of Louisiana like passed a bill today where every classroom in colleges and schools, all public in the whole state, will have the 10 Commandments in the classroom.
In where? Louisiana?
In Louisiana.
Is it everywhere that gets state funding, I
Yeah,
think?
that's
Okay,
right, yeah. Every
But that
public
includes
school.
private institutions that get state funding.
Well, I imagine they weren't even opposed to it, though. Private schools.
That is insane to me. I hate to sound so fucking American, but it's like that is like a fucking slap in the face to like what this country's supposed to be about.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's like an absolute fucking. I love the 10 Commandments, dude. You should follow every 10 Commandment, dude. Has my stamp of approval. Hell, I'll add an 11th. All right, don't fucking smoke in my car without asking. Other than that, the 10 Commandments are great.
There's a part of me though that's like the states are given right to do what they want, and like I'm curious how big of a group there was in Louisiana that was against it. Like if that should happen in Jersey, people would freak the fuck out. I imagine if that should happen in California, they'd freak the fuck out. I'm curious what the pushback was in Louisiana, if it was very large.
In states like Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, pretty much across the board, you can assume that the people's interests aren't being represented. Like, not only like I'll just use Texas as an example. In fucking 2008, over half of Texans weren't registered to vote. And then when we had that big push in like 2012 through 2016, we had a bunch more people. But then if you take a step back, still over half of Texas can't vote because of their immigration status or their felony status, or we have people in prisons that can't vote that still count as populations. So like here, like when you think about, oh, well, do most Texans want that? It's like, well, no, most voters might want that for sure. For sure, most voters might want that, but most Texans don't. I think it's true for Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, states that are like famous for not only having really low voter registration, but, you know, kind of just overall distrust in the system for people that don't vote anyways.
Hundreds and hundreds of clergymen and like Christian churches in Louisiana came forward and they were like, nah, like we're conservative, which means we want limited government.
Yeah.
So we don't want the government to come in and say, you have to have the 10 Commandments in there because that just opens the door for bigger government.
Oh, the government's gonna fine me for coming too fast? Come and take it, buddy.
Well, I mean, like, there's aspects of God that are already in our government. Like,
A lot of
in
those
God
were put
we
in the
trust.
Cold War. That was put in during the Cold War to fight the fucking atheist communist overseas. That wasn't...
But I'm just saying, it's still there. So it's like...
Sure, but it was put there with, like, I don't know, I would say malicious intention. I would say with an intention of drawing a very divisive line and trying to create otherness in the world. It wasn't put there out of reverence for God. It wasn't put there for the love of the country. It was put there by, you know, powers that be to try to create, like, a divisive thing in religion.
Is it the preamble that's like, one nation under God... No, that's the... What is it? One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And again, the Pledge of Allegiance under God was added during the Cold War. Yeah, under God and God we trust. These things were added to try to divide American capitalism from Eastern European atheist communism, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I trust in God. I'm not saying take God off our money, but at the same time, I don't think that's like a reflection of American core values.
I was just more playing devil's advocate. I do disagree with anything religion based in the...
I also think it should be illegal not to accept cash printed money. What do you guys think about that?
Fuck yes, dude.
My man, I knew you would back me up on this.
I hate that, dude. Once I start making money, no more credit cards, no more debit cards. Cash is king, just like my grandpa. Big fucking wallet. Not even wallet. He just had a roll in his pocket. That's how you do it. You know what I hate? And here's the thing. Sometimes you'll go and they're like, oh, sorry, we don't accept cash. And I can't help it, but I always have to say the same thing. I'm like, oh, that's because your boss thinks you're going to steal from him. And then they go, yes.
Jimmy!
Yes, they do.
You have the same demon I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do. I'm
like,
steal.
you guys should be more trustworthy so I can...
Well, hang on. I gotta be... I've been the cash register. I'm stealing. Yes.
As someone who works in a business that does take cash... that I've been told, oh, they don't think you're going to steal from them. And I go, yeah, they're pretty dumb.
Yeah.
No. Here's the thing. I agree.
And they always go, what?
Everyone's always going to steal from you. But that's not my, as the customer's, problem. You, as the owner, have to give up your life. Don't hang out with family. Don't go on any vacations. I want you in there all the time so you can tell who's robbing you.
I agree. No fucking pay if you don't work.
My dad wanted to be a fucking restaurant owner. He didn't do it because he goes, oh, I have to work every holiday.
Yeah.
Because they steal.
Yeah.
They do. I mean,
yes, dissolve the family unit.
Yeah,
because
or put them to work. I'm also into underage
because
labor.
I don't like Apple Pay.
No, it really is annoying though. I don't like it.
I mean, sometimes, if you got paid in cash and you got a fucking burning in the hole in your pocket, it's annoying. But like most of the time, you just put the phone up to the thing and you're good.
It's more about principle.
It's not only it's about principle, but I also feel like sometimes if I'm buying a little sweet treat, which is what we're talking about,
reminder that
I don't want a reminder, and it's also if I have cash, it is girl math, but it's free money.
Oh my God! You know my favorite thing to do right now, because my wife and I live on a budget. What? When I get those $30 checks for being a comedian, is I'll cash them at a gas station and get $27, and then spend that on fast food, and it's like cheating on my wife, but with calories. I love it.
You're just
there you go.
Very suburban father of me. Huh?
Absolutely. You're like, let me just get that hot box.
Yeah.
Let me get into that box. And she's just like, he's cheating on me. And he's like, no, I'm just getting Taco Bell.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, have I told you guys what I'm doing when my wife goes out of town?
Wait a minute. I think you did. Go ahead.
I'm making a Crunchwrap Supreme. And I'm making it from scratch at home.
That's cool.
I'm going to get Wagyu beef. And I'm going from the farmer's market, and I'm going to cut it up into ground beef. And I'm going to go to Cabo Bob's and get the best flour tortilla there. And I'm going to press it at home and cook it at home. I'm going to make a high-end Michelin star Crunchwrap Supreme. And I'm gonna eat it so good, I'm gonna have to do that thing that those French perverts do when they eat that bird that they shouldn't eat, where they put the blanket over their head to hide their shame from God. That's gonna be me eating the Crunchwrap Supreme. That's me eating pussy. Me eating pussy. I gotta fucking put that like French pervert blanket over my head like I'm eating that bird we shouldn't eat. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely. It's the veil of shame.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Jimmy?
Of course.
Those French people that eat that bird. I'm okay with it.
I don't give a shit. Eat it.
Yeah, eat that bird. Hide it from God.
I'm not thrilled with, the French having food. I don't love it.
They are probably some of the worst Europeans.
We need all of the Europeans. Yeah. Fucking boot and bomb France.
For real. I honestly, when I heard, we might go to war with Russia one day, I don't want to go to war with Russia one day. And they said, if you said, hey, we might go to war with fucking Germany again, I go, we should go to war with Germany again.
I thought you were going to say, yeah, but then they go, I don't want to go to war with Russia. And they're like, yeah, but some of Europe might get destroyed in the process.
I'm in.
Maybe we go to Russia.
Maybe we march on. Maybe our iron boot will take another step across the pond.
Yeah.
Maybe we look at Moscow.
Yeah, I would join. Do you think the army would take me?
I was thinking about that today because they're talking about bringing the draft back.
Yeah.
And I was like,
they are not going after 31-year-old fat mentally
well,
ill.
dude, I'm, fat 27-year-old, but I was like, if my brothers got drafted, I would go. I would sign up.
Would you do that thing that you can do where you can join where you do a buddy sign up?
No, I don't want to be with them.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to Saving Private Ryan with your brothers and serve with them?
I don't think so, because I would want to see, if something happened, I'd see it. I'd rather be ignorant and then come back later.
Damn, if they drafted like my little nephew or something, I would just be like, okay, bummer, dude. I guess you were born too late.
Well, I think it's a pussy thing. I would feel like a pussy sitting home if they're there.
Did you feel that when you could have fought in Afghanistan or Iraq?
No, there's a difference between being drafted and volunteering.
I come from a long line of draft dodgers. All the men in my family.
What?
Yeah. What? Yeah. All the men in my family dodged the draft, and not on like ideological purposes, just cowards. It wasn't like, oh yeah, we think war's wrong. Every man in my family said, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. We had men change their names and move to different states in my family.
Get the fuck out. Mm-hmm. Just like your friend in the band. They're like, I'm gay. I tape my penis in between my leg for 5 years.
I swear to fucking God, my dad went to school for 2 years, and it was just the 2 years that he was eligible for the draft in Vietnam, and then stopped going to school. And when I was like 15 years old, I said, what'd you go to school for? And he laughed, and he said, child psychology. For 2 years, he went to some bullshit South Baptist school in Texas so that he didn't get drafted. Long line of guys that I would say I would rather pretend to learn than go to school, to go to war.
Are you going to do something with that degree? I hate helping no child.
I ain't fighting no war. I ain't helping no child.
To be fair, my grandfather said the same thing. My grandfather goes, they weren't taking married men, so I married your grandmother. And then they were taking married men, but they wouldn't take you if you had one child. So, hello, Colleen.
Yeah, dude, 100%.
I would get ahead of it. If there was a draft, I would immediately volunteer and then just like get something that, like something interesting. Something you wouldn't be bored doing. Like, I'd like to work in like an ambulance. being like paramedic.
My uncle got a PhD
dude, I wanna be a
in
fucking-
theology to not go to war.
Oh my
I
god!
would
he's
love
a-
to be an engineer in Fort Benning.
I'm a
You know what
engineer.
I mean?
I am a
Like,
engineer at Fort Benning.
I would love. It's like what did Jimmy do during World War III? Well, he ran the podcasting studio.
Jimmy was in charge of propaganda. That's awesome, dude. Yo, okay, I think we should end the episode on this, but I had a piece of propaganda that I want to bring forth to you guys.
Go ahead.
Someone was talking to me the other day about little people. And
a little people called the Jews. No.
no, little people. And they said, they're like, yeah, well, you know, everyone knows that they have regular sized dicks. And it's like, that sounds like little people propaganda. How does everyone know that they have regular? No, I don't believe that. I don't believe they all have.
Are you Googling it? I'm Googling it.
I've never Googled it.
You didn't Google midget's cock, midget's big cock?
No.
Midget's fat cock. Midget's fat
What do you think?
Real.
human man.
Throbbing. Why'd you put that in there?
Images. Oh. Yeah. Not like, no, that guy's hogging right there. Yeah, no small penises in the midget porn I'm seeing on here.
Wow.
Yeah, some of these guys are putting me to shame. Oh my god.
I'm just gonna take out the bad news screen and put all the photos of the midget cocks behind you, JT.
I'll be honest with you right now. Full disclosure, I would love to have sex with a midget woman.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm gonna use AI art to make JT sitting on a couch with like 6 little people, women behind him and wearing white t-shirts.
And it just says dwarfed.
Man, yeah, this is kind of turning me on. This is making me horny. We better end this show.
All right, guys. On that note, that's been the Bad News Podcast.
Well, this one's gay. There's 2 gay midgets kissing, having sex, and naked.
I'm Sam Castillo.
I'm JT Kelley.
And I'm Jimmy Clifford.
No, I'm not shaking your fucking hand. Not after that.